Right, so let's get into it. What I'm going to do first is just walk around as if you're the admin or the boss. Then I'm going to invite you, and then I'm going to explain your sections throughout different lessons, right? I'll split it up in, if you're watching a large YouTube video, I'll put the chapter lessons in the description. But what I want you to do is see what your boss sees. So I'm not going to go through how to set up Zoho CRM in this training because this is already done. You're working with a new company. So this is all sample data. This is not real people. But your boss can see, I would presume if you're watching a CRM that you may be a part of a sales team, or you're going to be a part of a sales team. So your boss is going to be able to see all activity across the CRM. When you get invited later, depending on what they allow you to see, you might only see your contacts and your deals. You won't see everybody's deals. You won't see who's doing what. But the boss can. The boss can click on stuff, can obviously edit things, can change settings, change modules, and depending how high up the ladder you are, you may or may not have these settings. It also depends on what tier the boss is paying for, right? So if you're up here on an enterprise level Zoho CRM, you're going to get a lot more settings, you're going to get a lot more options, and we're going to go into it I'll go into it in a bit more detail in more lessons. But you're going to be able to customize things more if yours says up here enterprise level, right? When you click on your user, it'll say here what version you're using. So if you're on the free version, it does limit certain things you can do. But the boss is obviously, he's got God mode. He can see everybody's accounts. He can see everybody's leads. If he wants to, he can see your activity. He'll be able to see who you've phoned, calls that you've tracked within Zoho. Probably see your notes. Can see everything you write. Probably read your emails. Depending on what your boss is like, it's never cool, is it? But if they wanted to, they could tunnel into everything you're going to put in there. I would say that's pretty obvious that you would be able to do that. That obviously they've got full tabs. They're going to be able to run reports on you and your activity. And you'd expect that, wouldn't you? You'd expect that the boss can see everything. But you might want to look into some admin stuff, because there's things that your boss might not know is available in Zoho CRM that you can say, oh, why don't you do this? Or why don't you add this module? Or why don't we put a field that can do this? So if you get to know the admin side of Zoho CRM, you're going to be able to go in and say, look, why don't we add a field in here that's for, website, or it probably is a website one, or secondary phone number, or referral partner. And then if you looked in the admin, I'm not going to dive into the admin stuff too much in this training because most of you won't need it. But you just go to module fields and you go to contacts, the standard layout, and you can add a field. But your boss might not know this. I'm not belittling your boss or anything, but they might just be using it out of the box, not realising. You can put, we'll put another email address here. What's that? That'll be an email for, contacting a partner. But this actually is a section where, for a lot of you guys in a real estate environment, you might need little check boxes, little tick areas where you need a set area. You might put a new section, add a new section where I need a date of first meeting. I need the number of the what you call it, the lease, or the certain document. I need a phone number for the landlord. I need multiple selections. So you can create and edit each view, but only in admin. Your boss is probably not going to let you change all these settings. But if you need anything and you're on a decent level, if you're on the free version, you can't edit too much. I don't think you can edit anything at all. But what I'm saying is, go into it knowing that the Zoho CRM is fully customizable. If your boss says, oh, I don't know why we call it deals, I'd rather call it opportunities, you can change the names of this stuff. I don't want accounts to be, I want it to be clients, or I want it to be prospects, or you can change everything. It's a customizable program where you can change views, you can edit things, you can filter things out. So all I'm saying is, as you go through the training, know that you're going to understand the basics, but there's a lot that Zoho CRM can do. And if you or your fellow employees are getting stuck, know that you can ask the question, and there'll be a pretty steady fix for adding a field or changing something or creating a workflow to save you time. But that's all on admin level. For this training, I'm gonna get you through the basics, right? So that bit, I just want you to know that there's a top tier. There's a place where your boss is going to be able to change things, right?